Hello, everybody. I am Silvia Hartmann, and I am absolutely jubilant, not just delighted. I am jubilant this morning to be here with dear Katerina Kalchenko. She is a master energy trainer from the Ukraine, and well, together we went on the journey of the modern energy art course, and I don't think we've ever looked back. And the sheer joy of modern energy art is something that we have in common. And the whole thing with I always say, people without creativity are angels with broken wings. And creativity is something that has the word create in it. So it's not just thinking about being creative, but actually making something, making an object. That's, creativity. And that's something that when we practice that, we create reality. This is reality. It's hard, it's wearable, it's visible. It's a wonderful extension of the applications of modern energy. Now, I could talk for hours, but I'm not going to. So, good morning. Good morning, Katerina. And just tell us a little bit about art, joy of art, anything you like.
Good morning, everybody. Do you know, I used to dream to paint, to be an artist. But do you know, many of us have had such a problem in school, in the early time, when somebody told you never will do that. And I do trust in some people which were older, powerful. They told me, you never going to do it. And it was a dream, almost 50, more than 50 years. I just dreamed. I just dreamed that maybe in another life I'm going to be an artist. Maybe in my energy aspects I can be an artist. I use some modern energy technique to create a vision of my aspect which can create something, but it was only in my mind. And yeah. I do like your argument that when you create something which you can take in your hand and to present to people, it's like you really feel yourself like creator. You create. You are. You create from nothing, from your mind, from your hand, with your heart. You just create. And this is like you born the child. It wasn't before. It doesn't exist. And now it's here. You can see it. You can touch it. You can feel it because it's energy. So it's, for me, the modern energy art course, it was maybe the major shift. I completed almost all GoE courses. Just I still have Supermind, not completed. So I have, I have understanding what doesn't mean GoE courses and the massive transformation which I got for many years starting in GoE, working like a GoE trainer. And modern energy art, it was, like flooding. It's a lot of new ideas. It's not only like study technique and you are now a professional, you can help people, you can work with their trauma, you can give them more energy. With modern energy art, you can change your life and you start to change lives of other people, because it's not only in your mind now. You can show this this energy.
That's so perfectly described. You are so right about that. And the longer I've been doing that, this whole thing about creating your reality is inextricably linked with this creativity thing, the making of things. When I buy something from somebody else that was made in a machine or in a factory, and I wear it as an ornament, then I'm just going along with a reality somebody else has created. But with this pendant here, I create my own reality. Very much so. And I'm saying, no, I'm not buying anything that somebody else has created. I made this myself. I created this. I create reality. And this is, in my opinion, the first step to creating the sort of reality that people mean. Like, I don't know, having a business, having more customers, having more money coming in, having a better house to live in, having better friends, whatever it is that people think when they hear that term, I create reality.
Yeah, I do agree, and I use this principle to help people. I like coaching approach to problem solving.
Yes.
When you not only think about it when you're doing something, because talking about transformation, I just can see there's some pattern. We start with the energy.
Mm-hmm.
When it's going to be high energy state, we change the mind.
Yes.
People start think more positive. And next, we need to change action.
Yes.
What is the reason to think positive doing nothing? Yes, and you have to create setup where you need to put your energy, what you are going to create.
Yes.
So I don't like just stop to high, to rise energy. Why I need this energy? I need to use it somehow. I need to
Right.
create my new reality. So for me, it was very important to use creativity, to use art like a tool to channel the energy for quantum mind. So create quantum reality, to create reality in my mind, and then to start to put it in hard form.
Yes.
Because to see something, I need to do something between my mind, a real physical object.
Yes.
For example, if I like to create a car, I need to create something between my mind, energy, and the car.
Yes. A power.
Something which I'd like to create. And art, the kind of energy art, it helped me to use the power of my body, my energy. When I start to draw, to paint, I use my energy. I create something with my body, and I create energy movement.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and it's very important. I can dance, I can make some movement because it's my body start to work. So you used to tell about six sense. We use
Yes.
six sense plus body, and we just activate two hemisphere of our brain, and we are thinking about our goal, and we are drawing, we are creating it from both direction, from
Yes.
thinking and action, and it's create something really fantastic.
When I first I can't say I invented modern energy art. It was just something that naturally happened in the research for EMO, energy in motion. But one of the things that was very big on the radar at the time was doing something in mind, body, and spirit all together at the same time for the same reason.
Yes.
To get our mind, our body, and our spirit, our energy body, all doing the same thing at the same time for the same reason. That was the big sort of thing happening that also went into energy dancing. And for people who have just no idea what modern energy art is, it starts with a setup. This is the place where the artist, the mind, takes control of the creative process. That's what it starts with. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're making, it starts with a setup. For example, what did I have? Oh, okay, yeah. Can I give this as an example? So I have this logo. I wanted a logo for the Guild of Energists that could stand up. To sort of the hard. That could stand up to people attacking it. That would be powerful. That would be just, And in a world where, like, if you're standing in New York City and you're looking at all the skyscrapers, everything's square. And that's the world I wanted to place modern energy into, the hard, the real world. And so when I started to design this, I went in with that setup. Give me a powerful, strong symbol that can withstand the challenges of the hard. And so that was that square E with the three lines there in it. So that's the symbol. It starts with a setup. And then if we're doing something completely, I mean, if you compare the two of these, you've got this one here and that one. You can tell the difference, right? But that's the same thing, because we start with a setup. Here I wanted a happy energy painting that would create hope for people. You know, has got the word hope in it. Just there. But it starts with the setup, and then we go into this thing of give me the shapes, give me the lines that will help create this energy, this broadcast. And we literally use our sixth sense to sense where the lines need to go. Or in this case here, where the little apples need to go on the tree. You know, it is a simple, powerful process to create a radiant energy object that brings good things into the world, not horrible things. So, go on.
And what I also like about modern energy art, that you don't need more time, a lot of time. Maybe it's my personal approach. I do it very fast because I need to create this energy, and I have my setup, my intention. I just have to put it very fast while I am still in this high energy. And it's, you know, it's I used to work with goal setting, with finance, with some planning for the people, and it's very nice. You shouldn't work with this every day. You just pack the energy, and it's work. It's already work. This object, they start to do a job for you.
Yes.
You can relax. You're done. You're done the
job. I just sucked my coffee into the wrong part of me there. I was listening to you so much that I was breathing the coffee in rather than actually drinking it. But you are just so right. These are, I mean, energy is real and it really does something. And these works of energy, art, they seem to become stronger, more powerful over time. I would love to see some of your energy art, and I'm sure our viewers here would love to see some things.
I can start with the very first art object.
Hang on. Just hang on a minute. I'm having a moment of crisis here.
It was the first.
I seem to be getting this right here. Hang on. We want you and your art on the screen.
Yes.
I would like to have you and your art on the screen.
Just click on your screen. Just close the screen. Yeah. Thank you. I just realized that I have the matching blues. It was the very first art object I created when I just start modern energy art course. But it's happened that it was just distant learning course, and actually from the first time I didn't like my painting, and I put the modern energy art course on hold. I was very lucky that Silvia started a group for modern energy art. So I joined the group, I joined the entity, I joined the energy. So I start to create new object, and the final version of the egg now looks like this energy object, and it's completely different state of mind, because it's create a lot of application. And I like to use my object like object for activation. I can activate something with the energy. And I just will show you. I have a angel feather. It's like something easy. It's like symbol that my goal would be reached very easily with angel support, and it's like art. But if I need to energize my goal, my setup, I just can prepare something very simple, and I can write some setup for tappings. So it's a lot of works can done very simple, very fast. You don't need to spend a lot of time to make something fancy. It's really nice. But when you do some energy art, when you put all your intention, all your energy, and you can use it like an instrument, because when I saw it after it's ready, I immediately get energy out of this object. I put it, and then I can get it. I can distract it again. So it's like, for me, it's like a battery.
Yes.
I have a goal, I have intention, I have setup. I can put my affirmation, my goal. I used to write, draw, put something, and it's work for goal. It's like an instrument. It's a real instrument. It's not only object to put it on the wall. It's a real energy object.
I've put myself back in the stream because I just got to tell you, I love your energy art. I love it.
Thank you.
It's just so right. It's just so right. And the feather, the angel feather there, the second one, is just the flow of energy through that matrix is just beautiful. It really is. It makes me tingle. And yeah, but this is one of the fun things we got to tell. If anybody's new here, we don't look at a picture and say that looks pretty. What we do is we say, where do you feel that in your body? Show me with your hands. That's the sixth sense. That's the energy from the object coming in. And that is what has the real information and the real effect on people. So that this energy is what has that effect on our energy bodies with our own art.
Yes.
And I actually wrote an article. Just because it's useful doesn't mean it isn't art.
Yes. And do you know, it's playing with art, applying in real life. For example, I can make an art object, energy object, out of meditation. For example, if I create a meditation, I can draw it.
Yes.
I can put some ideas, some gifts which I received, some my feeling and emotion, and it's all. And now it's not sleeping meditation; it's active meditation. I can spend time and make very nice, fancy object of it,
Yes.
and it works. But do you know, to create, for example, this is portal 1111. I can put any dates. It's absolutely not only for 1111. I can put any numbers here. I can energize date of start of new project, or I can present somebody this activator, as I call it. It's something to activate your goal, activate your intention, and it's really very powerful process, because people used to trying to see something in meditation, or they fall asleep. And now it's open eye meditation. You just put your energy mind, you just receive the flow, and your hands are working. You just see the angels, the people, somebody wise man, they give you a gift, and you can draw it. And it's so easy, so fast. And now it's not only when somebody present you a magic wand, but you can just draw it, and it's real now.
Yeah. Wonderful. It's just so magical. Art is so magical. There are so many people that are like, oh, how can I get my hands on more magic? Well, it's art, people. It's not dancing around in graveyards at night. That's not going to get you to the kind of magic that creates reality.
Yes.
But starting to actually do this wonderful thing and it starts so easy. You can just start with these simple lines, simple movements. Even if that's something else we might need to mention for people who haven't heard this before, you literally start with just movements, gentle movements.
Yeah, I used to just make some movement on the paper, just move, just create an energy.
Just the movement to get in the groove, and then at some point you give the hand
magic wand.
Yeah, you give the hand a pen, and when you do that, it kind of leaves, traces on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
And where they cross over, you can fill them in. And that's not random because it had a setup. This had a setup. Oh, can I tell the story of this? It's when a young aspect of mine was first doing big paintings. I painted the Dragon Rising painting. And some guy came in and looked at it and said, "Is that a bean sprout?" And my poor young aspect was angry, distraught, upset, and never got over it. So real trauma. So on this day, I decided to make this
statement.
Yes, I want to heal my bean sprout problem, dear energy mind. And so my hand did the lines, and then we to click the colors. What color does that need to be to heal that problem? That holds the whole thing together. You see, it is which color does that need to be to heal the problem? Which color does there? Nope, that. And then you end up with an energy object. In this case, this is not a bean sprout, people. And I laugh every time I see this. This is why I'm keeping it around in the office among all. I have so many paintings, but that's the one that I'm keeping around because it always makes me laugh. I love it. I think it's wonderful. So something that I was going to ask you was, how are you using modern energy art in business? Where do we start? Let us count the ways.
I just want to make an extension of modern energy art for modern energy symbols.
Oh,
because
yes.
for me, art was really like generic after the symbols. Because for me, energy symbols, it's a language for my energy body.
Yes,
And it can immediately decipher the meaning, the message, and it's very nice. I had a training in Tallinn, in very old city, 1 year ago, before Christmas, and we go to the city, and I give task for my students to find the symbols. Some cross, angels, heart, something else. And they were amused. We are surrounded by the symbols.
Yes, we are. Yes. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the symbols.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. The universe talking to us. It continuously give us some signs. We used to ask, please, universe, please, God, give me the sign. Okay, just look around. There are many of them. Yeah, every second we received some signals. some pictures, some car number, digits. Yeah, we just can look on the clock and see 11:11, 10:10. Wow, it's good. But it's always here. 11:11 we have 2 times per every day. We don't need to wait one day in the year to see 11:11.
Yeah.
And I start to use symbols to activate my energy body without strong intention.
Yeah.
If my energy body knows the alphabet of symbols, it will just see the symbols and it will receive the energy without me just talking, wow, this is spiral, it's energy and magic.
Yeah, it's direct. It's a direct connection. I mean, that's what energy art does anyway. As soon as you take the words away, and you're dealing with colors and with shapes and symbols are just a, evolution of the movements, the colors and the shapes.
Yeah.
As soon as you take the words away, a lot of the confusion goes away. And what you get at the end is cleaner, it's clearer. And as you say, your energy body responds to it, meaning it changes your emotions.
Yeah, so for me, it's very clear link. Energy, symbols, and art.
Yeah.
I even create my kind of coaching, my signature rich coaching, NC Mark, energy, symbol, art.
Cool.
We can use all everything. We can just put the symbols in our art, and we just put the energy. It's not just a plain picture. It's not only colors. It's not only shapes. We can write something, not with letters, but with symbols.
Show us some examples. Go on.
For example, this portal.
Hey, portal. I love it. It looks so good. It's gold. It's gold leaf, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gold leaf, and some people told me that they see some angels in the portal. Okay, why not?
Yes, yes.
So I already put some moon and sun.
Yeah.
So it's all also energy, and I used to make some spaces, some circles, so I can place some oils, aroma oils. I can place some stones. I can make it activated.
Using it like a game board.
Yes, actually, it's game board for all the pictures. For example, in my business, I can use positive intention. I can use positive.
That. I've not seen that before. That's so beautiful. You go post that to GoE members. God, my God, that's lovely. I love it.
I just can write my positive intention around all this smiley. So it starts to work like game board, actually.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, I love it. And this game board thing, that's a natural progression. That just happens, that you want to use it more, the work of energy art. You want to not just have it hanging on the wall. You want to be doing something with it. And turning them into game boards is this extension of purpose. I love it. I love it.
And also, we can not only make this some art object. I have an idea. We start with energy. First of all, if somebody need my help, somebody just my coaching clients, I stop to work in plain coaching and standard classical coaching. I work only in NCMART, as I call it. We start with intention. Then we just make some energy transformation. Just put a lot of energy. We make tapping. We do some work to create the goal. Because it's coaching, we need to go to complete the result. We work with the goal. We cure all the traumas if somehow they appears. If it's needed, we can. Old traumas. We can do it. We can heal the trauma before.
Yeah, it can
We
be fun.
can feel the trauma that I am not going to be the artist. First of all, we start with a loving hand, and then we can meditate, we can create some object. Da, yes. And it's a process, and it takes 1 hour from an idea, from intention to physical representation of energy object, which
Yeah.
will help. And it's not just talking session.
No,
In the end, they have a picture, they have an object.
they can take home. This is so important. Something that used to drive me nuts at our energy conferences is that when somebody took photographs, you could never see anything. There'd be people going, or, or, but you couldn't see anything because you can't see energy. But when you do energy art, all of a sudden, ta-da, you can see it. You can see it, you can touch it, you can hold it to your heart, you can show it to somebody else, you can tell somebody about it. You have something that people can see and get their heads around, and they can discuss it and work with it. And so I think, I've been fighting for modern energy art in the Guild of Energists, where everybody just wants to do sort of psychology. And I'm like, no, 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 energy is more than that. Modern energy is much more than that. It has so many gifts. And energy art is not just fantastic for the person. It's not just fantastic for the person, but I believe by having these objects, we are making this bridge between the material and the non-material, because the idea came from the non-material and it was made into an object, and that is the process of creativity. This is how everything is made. Philosophies, tax forms, cars, everything. And I think we need to own that as a person.
And it really changed my business as well, not only my personal transformation, because people are tired from trauma. They tired from working with the fears. They just, they enjoy the concept that your happiness matter.
Yes, that's a good concept.
Yeah, so if you are a practitioner and if you are using some new art, creativity technique, people start to love you. You just attract there naturally. And if you now start to worry what I will publish in social media, okay, just do art and publish. Just publish. It will attract a lot of attention. People will ask,
just a silly note. We know what to put on our business cards, right? We don't need to hire a designer for our business cards, for our book covers, for our websites, to tell us which color we should use to express our own personal individuality so that we stand out amongst the many in the world. It's just so many decisions. Once you got this, how this works, where you know where something needs to go, there are so many things that just become so easy and really helpful in business too, I find. I'm so happy that I can make my own book covers.
Yes.
God almighty. Match the energy on the outside to what's on the inside. I mean, it's just a gift that keeps on giving. And I really think that, your enthusiasm about it is clearly boundless.
Because I got result.
Oh, yeah.
And it's happened with a major shift in your energy body and in your brain, because you just created not only object, but your literature create new way of thinking.
Yes, you do, yeah.
You just get rid of the borders. You just get rid of questioning, should I put green or yellow? You just click. Yeah, you just
there is a part of you that knows this.
It's different way of making decision. Yes, I just feel it's right.
Right. Like this is a simple little example. We've got a lot of stuff going on in here, a lot of plants, a lot of squid, but I clicked everything. How high does the middle bit need to be? The click. Okay, that's right. Consciously, I can't know that. Consciously, it's how long is a piece of string. But with the sixth sense on board and with the intention of making a happy object that makes me feel good inside, now I can get the answer. Where does this green thing need to go? Little bit to the left, little bit to the right, click. That's where that needs to go. Where does the next piece need to go? And so an object is literally constructed that creates that end result, the setup, the original setup. Happy Squid Garden makes me feel good inside.
And you would adapt this pattern to your regular life.
Yes.
It's not only for art object. You will make
No,
the same way in your business.
that's
Click,
right.
do it.
Yeah,
No click, don't do it.
exactly.
It's going to create your intuition. It's
Yes.
like, okay, I can do that.
Mhm.
It's very easy, and you shouldn't think and consider too long which color should I use, which form. Is it not so nice? It's not those. It's completely different
It's completely
arguments.
different. And it's like, what will the neighbors think? Will the customers like it? All that. Do we have to get a marketing company involved? No, we do modern energy. We do something different. And we know where things need to go because we can sense that. We can sense that. And I think it's quite funny because I believe that you can teach intuition with modern energy art. I don't know how else you would teach it, to start listening to your own reaction. But modern energy art simply teaches it step by step. And it's kind of groovy if you think about it. If ever anybody wants to start learning how to do precision intuition. Oh, I'm German. Oh, God, I love precision. Precision engineering, rather than, woo, 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 like the old New Age. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, yeah. So how your students reacting to this outburst of art when it first arrived?
Uh, do you know it starts from you? I love, I adore every piece of my art because I created it. I was in a very high energy state. I was in a love.
Yeah,
It's like ecstatic when you're just doing it, and it's
it's amazing.
completely demolish or get rid of all old kind of thinking. Would they love it or not? I just freely publish it without any hesitation. We discuss with you, should we
Yeah,
publish our work only in close group, or we should go outside and to show it for everybody? And it's naturally, because it's not the way to assess is it really round or not. It doesn't matter. If you start to smile, okay, I done my job.
yes,
And I'm not afraid to publish it. And people like it. People like to copy it. From the beginning, it's okay. I think that I feel it's okay for them to copy a kind of to copy combination. They will do their own lines. They
yeah. It's
will use
for
their
everyone.
own colors, but they sometimes they need to be channeled. They just follow my pattern. Some of them created something new. Some people are oh, to copy it with all the details. But
Yeah,
okay, anyway, it's the first attempt. It's first touch
yeah.
of art. So people like it.
I love
People
that.
like
I
to.
love your smiley. I absolutely love that. One of the first hard copies of Adventures in EFT had a big yellow smiley face on it.
I do
Uh,
remember.
Do you remember that? As long ago as that. Yeah, I think that's absolutely lovely, and I might nick that as well. By the way, I'm gonna do something. I might do men's instead to put my own stamp on it or something. But I just love that. I think it's beautiful. Okay, righty ho. So, um, yeah, we are both super in love with energy art, aren't we? With modern energy art, with it being positive, with it being interesting. How interesting is it to just, I don't know,
To create,
to create?
create.
Yes, for
Yeah.
real. Not just sitting on your ass in meditation, but actually making real objects, making that are really here. I love it. I think it's just wonderful.
And you know, I think that it's a good start for people who is not proficient in energy now. It's
Yeah,
good start
yeah,
because you know, to do some therapy or to do some hard work, to plan, to create goal, to make a coaching session, it's a big deal for people.
yeah.
Uh,
So hard
they
work. There's too much hard work. Oh,
too much
Katerina,
hard work.
there's too much hard work. Way too
Yeah.
much hard work.
And
Um,
they are, you know,
Done enough already. We don't need to be any more bleeding and crying and sweating and struggling. There has to be a better, more intelligent way
yeah.
and a more fun way. It's something that makes people wake up and go, woohoo, you know, I'm glad to be alive. That's what we need more of.
And do you know, in theory, I do understand how quantum physics works because I am quantum physics in my first background education. But when I work with energy, modern energy art, I didn't understand how it's happened. But it's really major shift in your mind, energy, and quantum state. It's
Yes.
really big shift. Next day or next hour, you will receive the vision. You will receive the new decision. You will receive some message which you never ever will think or to get. You will just click and the answer is here.
We would not have Star Matrix if it wasn't for the help of this guy here. It wouldn't be called Star Matrix. It wouldn't be what it is today. This has everything to do with the construction of Star Matrix. We need this input, different ideas, new ideas, not endlessly repeating the old. Or the other thing that I really hate is when people take a bit out of Buddhism and a bit out of Platonian and a little bit out of quantum physics and a little bit out of God knows where, and then they roll it all up and say, oh, look, I made something new. That's not it.
No.
It might fool the people who don't know any better or who've lost their intuition. But really, we need lots of people being creative and creating wonderful things
Yeah.
outside the box, new solutions, and they come through.
A lot of new age people now talking about fifth dimensions that we are just transforming into crystals, etc. But okay, they're still working with old trauma and some old-fashioned methods.
Yeah.
Why we should meditate hours and hours and hours, not creating anything? You know, it's sometimes like ego. You just put a lot of energy to create.
I mean, what you're just saying there, I've got thing here. This is one of my sort of, I call those Wonder World objects. When I made that, or when my aspect made that, the level of meditation is off the Richter scale. Placing those objects and creating those strands and lines that connect them. This could be mind, body, spirit, or it could be the energy heart and the energy mind and the soul. That is such a massive meditation. And even when you're just painting a symbol painting and you're coloring it in, it takes time, and this is longer to meditate on the setup than you would ever do sitting in a lotus position on the same topic, So this living meditation that is art beats ordinary meditation by a major mile, absolutely 100%. I mean, and because you've got that set up there, it stops your mind from going all over the place, keeps the energy pure, and we learn something more about it. It's wonderful. Cool. And so show us some more pictures. Go on. Show us some more pictures. That's a picture says more than 1,000 words.
Do you know, in the beginning, I created this goddess.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, and it was very interesting. I create the figure, the body, and the major problem was to create something around. I start different lines, curves. It doesn't match the energy, and somehow I just put my hands and start to make movements, movements, and wow, it's so simple. I don't need curves. And finally, people told me, you create like a femininity sign. It's like some vagina, and okay, call it vagina. But it was something which energy mind just give me an idea. No curves. It's going to be too much for this simple line. And we used to draw with ladies who need to create more feminine energy, and they use all the petals, leaves to name their energy, their possession, some decision, and it works like an energy object. It was very easy, and it's so fast, but it's just make the movement how to do it. The same, the river of time.
Oh, I love that. That's yeah. And you can, the movement that you put in it, that you were given,
because it's movement
is still happening.
And what I also enjoy working with the symbols, that you can create a story around this. Because do you know, when I just create some symbols, I start to investigate what does the symbol means. And it was very interesting theory that this is future, this is past, and we are living here.
Love it.
Yeah. And it's only place when we are living now. And it was, do you know, so it's a lot of, so it's like a story, it's like a meditation. So you just not only create some simple objects, but you are creating a concept, you're working with philosophy, you're just thinking about it. So I'm living here between future and the past. Not here. So when I just channel my energy. So do you know, all the pictures, they have some meanings, they have some ideas. I like this.
I've got a lighthouse too.
It reminds me Isburn.
Massive metaphor, the lighthouse. Absolutely. I think that's the soul, guiding us through life, if we're just paying attention. But I'm not entirely sure. That's absolutely beautiful. It really is. I love your art. I do. I love the energy. It just kicks ass.
Sometimes it can be, sometimes I just like to create some real object, like artifacts, man-made objects.
Yeah, it's called a symbol hybrid, when you're putting a object that people can recognize in the middle. It's called a symbol hybrid, and it's
I have my favorite. It's fire.
It's beautiful.
It's for me. It's fire from my heart.
Fire from the heart.
It's
The
like
light within.
yeah, and it's also, it's very easy. It's actually so easy to create it when you just allow yourself to do it. And it's
Oh yes,
but
love
it's not.
the sword of fiery sword of light. Big fan.
Yeah, and it's very, it just give me power to have this object when I need to support of Archangel Michael, or if I need to have my sword to protect myself, or for
Yep,
any other purpose. I have it.
you
I
have it. You
I have
created it.
it.
You made it. It's
Yeah,
brilliant. I love it.
yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. I love it. I just the joy that Katerina has with her own art is what makes me so happy. I mean, that makes me so happy as a person who had something to do with it. Just beautiful. I love that. I mean, look at that beautiful hand. You
Yeah,
know.
hands of power. This is our hands of energy
Yep.
here. Hands
Yep.
of power. And
Yep.
do
Just
you
draw
know
around your own hand and do the thing. You know,
it's
it's
so easy.
could not be any easier if you tried. And it's natural and it's fun and it creates a beautiful object. And if somebody says to you, "Is that a bean sprout?" then you, then you can say,
I have a sword.
"Oh yeah, you cut the heads off." Yes. Okay, that's a very good answer to that. Wonderful. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna share the joy, our love and our joy of modern energy art. And I would like to say that one of the best parts about it is that a side effect is that because we love our objects that we've made in a high energy state with a pure heart, we don't have this horrible thing where we're constantly criticizing everything. That is a huge change as well, I find. That instead of looking at this thing and I'm going, oh, this line isn't quite straight, or this is too big and that's too small and that blue isn't the right shade, that I'm actually looking at this and seeing the total object and finding lots to love about it. Sort of seeing the love, looking at things with love. And it is so much more beautiful when you look at it that way. And I think that's important. It kind of comes to looking at yourself with love in the mirror. Don't you think?
Do you know it's I just try to remember to recall in um, you told that in the energy healing, the energy is an object of healing and energy is a cure. We heal the energy with energy.
Yes. Is it
And
so?
it's very, it's just exactly what we are doing. We're creating energy with energy. And we can transfer this energy to other people. They can feel it.
Yeah.
So, the best present which we can do for our friends or for our relatives, just create an energy object, not
Yes.
buy some Chinese bracelet, but create an object and
Yeah.
to give the love which you put inside of this object, because you will make it with love. You
Right.
will absolutely love.
It could just be a card with, you know, a few blots with a smiley face on it.
Yes.
A card with a smiley face on it.
And do you
Or
know,
some hearts or something. But it is that's where I was starting with as well, is creating your own reality in a way. And there are things there. Well, yeah, well, you save a fortune on buying gifts for people over your lifetime. Save a fortune on not hiring designers and people who know better about color than you do. Save fortune on jewelry. Oh my God, what a fortune am I saving on jewelry here? It's Well, it's just a wonderful thing. We both look like the cats that got the cream here. We're both green.
Exactly.
And we're just hoping that other people will, I don't know, really get excited about create their own creativity again. And it's never ever too late, never too late to start while
No.
you can still draw a breath. Doesn't matter if your hands are shaky. You can still make the lines, you know? Doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't matter what people told you all your life about how you're no good at being creative or no good at art. Doesn't matter what they said to you at school.
It's very it's very powerful healing tools as well, because it works for all the aspects. If you remember the birds,
Yes,
it was in the very beginning when I start to make some art objects, and it was a story from my school, and you give me advice, invite you young aspects to make this picture, make this drawing together with you. And it was very nice time. We sit together with my young aspect and we just make it together. We laugh, we have a chat. And it really, this story drawing with the aspect, it was a major push because I received a major healing.
yes,
All those tapping, meditation, therapies doesn't work so powerful like this drawing with my young aspect. It's
yes.
completely changed my perception to modern energy art, to the therapy, to trauma. And I absolutely love it from the moment when I feel that my young aspect is cured now. It's one biggest problem just cleared.
That's
You
wonderful. And I mean, those people that are listening and they're still totally stuck on their old traumas thing. Um, Modern energy art exploded into my reality in that moment when I saw that artist paint his old abuse picture in blood red with black of the with a person and a cross over his face, and I just shouted at him, "You've been painting the problem for 30 years. You've got to start painting the solution." You know, it doesn't heal us to paint trauma pictures. That's the problem. What we need to do with art, that's what art is for, is to create the solution. For a court case, by all means, describe the trauma, just exactly what happened. That's the right place for that. Or in a police station. That's the place where you want to be doing that. In art, you don't want to re-energize the trauma. You don't want to give it all that attention. You don't want to give it to somebody else so that negative energy jumps over on those. You want to paint the solution. You really do. Paint, draw, sculpt, turn. I don't know what you're going to do to make your solutions, but that's the way out and forward. Art solutions, if you're going to do healing, isn't it? Forward
Yes.
and out.
And I still think that we forget one word. It's magic.
Oh God, yeah. It's magic. It is magical.
It's magic.
Art, art is magic. They're one and the same. And I don't know when they got broken apart. Art is magic. It is.
Yeah.
It is absolute magic. And so, so wonderful. And I think we need to end here because I know we've got to go. Well, I want to thank you so much, dear
Thank you,
Katerina,
Silvia.
for sharing your fabulous art with us. And it's only the beginning of a journey. It's not been that long at all. It's not like you've been doing this for 30 years. I've been doing this only for 20 years, no more than that. We are at the beginning of a marvelous journey of exploration where people can do art with joy, without horrible criticism and critical destruction. where we can paint solutions and create reality in a beautiful new way. Go on, say
Thank you,
something.
Silvia. Thank you for your heart, which are just open to help humanity to forget about trauma and to shift attention to happiness, to energy, and to joy and magic.
Magic. Love magic. Thank you so much, my darling.
Thank you.
All the very best to you and lots of love. And I will leave contact details for Katerina under this video. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
And
you
we'll
so
see
much.
you again. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye.